Hey, what's up everyone? This is Dream. Today we're doing the Return of Meg achievement in Halo 2. You're going to want to be on Cario Station. Legendary difficulty is required, as well as the Thunderstorm Skull. Now, the other skulls I'm using are not required for the achievement, but they'll make it a hell of a lot easier. So for skulls that I used outside of the requirement ones, I used Bandana, Envy, Boom, and Scarab. So this just makes it a ton easier, but you might, accidentally kill yourself a couple times. Now, for this achievement, we need to beat Cario Station without taking any damage. If you do take damage, just reload last checkpoint and try to be careful about where you're getting your checkpoints, because if you get a checkpoint that's pretty shitty and you've got bullets flying at you right at the start of the checkpoint, you might have a little bit of trouble getting past it. A big thing to note is that when you get to the end, be careful not to clear that room until you've got the achievement. So if you kind of already have an understanding of what you need to do, you don't want to see the full guide, then before you leave, skip ahead to the end and just check out where I go in the end room. If you kill all the enemies too quickly, the intercom won't say paging Meg. And if it doesn't say that before you end the mission, you won't get the achievement. It's not about completing the mission without being hit. It is, but to trigger that intercom, that's how you get the achievement, is by triggering the intercom. So it's not about beating the mission without getting hit. It's about getting to the last room without being hit, going into that room and triggering the intercom to say paging Meg. When you hear that, the achievement should pop right afterward. Another thing to note is, just be careful of your teammates. You don't need them turning on you, and that's going to be kind of an issue with the Scarab Gun and Boom on as well. You can die, you can be hit. Just as soon as that happens, reload that checkpoint. If you are in any doubt if you were hit or not, just reload last checkpoint. I left one of my reloads in without editing it out, just because I wanted people to be reassured that it is okay to reload last checkpoint. So it's all about just being, cautious, knowing where your enemy placements are, and having kind of the upper ground, the high ground, will definitely help you in some situations. The Envy is just going to allow you to go around corners when you're not sure if you got the enemy killed. And sometimes, too, it can pull you out of a bad situation where you shot prior because you know that there's enemies there, but you just haven't taken that one step that you needed to have them spawn in. So then, you take that one extra step thinking that they're dead, and they're not, and it'll allow you to Envy quickly and, get out of there, put some distance between you and the enemy. And this is kind of why the Boom Skull with Scarab comes in to play so well, is because you'll see enemies on radar and you might not be able to necessarily see them, but you can hit a wall near them and get that splash damage. For the elites, because of the Thunderstorm Skull, you're going to need 2 shots at least on every elite, so make sure you double hit. But you don't want to be just spamming the trigger due to flying boxes. They're going to be one of your biggest enemies during this run, and the things will be flying all over the place, bodies, boxes, and if they cross your path while you're mashing the trigger, you're going to kill yourself. Here, you just kind of want to be aggressive, take over the room, get that balcony quick, and as soon as you see any movement in that pod, start firing, and they'll get killed. Even though there's a shield normally protecting them, the blast damage goes straight through it. After you clear that, I jump on the Pelican, and I kind of just wait for this door to open. You don't see me do it here, but as soon as that blast goes off and the door opens, I do Envy. I do activate the cloak, so that's partly, where Envy is going to come into play, is these split seconds where the door opens and you could possibly be shot, but if you are camoed, you're probably going to be okay. Another thing you can do for knowing whether or not you got shot is kind of play most of the mission scoped in. I have a tendency of, kind of just a habit of unscoping as soon as I kill an enemy, so that's something that I couldn't break during this, but it's also something that will, you know, give you no doubt that you were hit if you're scoped in for most of the level. Listening to dialogue as well is going to help you out, because it's going to let you know when you're kind of cleared a room. Like, I can't believe it, the retreating, we won, so that, you know, that gave me the knowledge that I'm done with this room. I can prepare for the next wave of enemies and where they're coming from. This hallway down here, after it opens up, is a little bit tricky. You've got a couple enemies that come through. They definitely got me a couple times because it's really tight spaced, so not killing yourself with Scarab is a little bit of a challenge.
Must have brought something with them. A bomb.
Then they sure as hell brought one here. Chief, find it.
Didn't have to check that one because there was a box hanging over it. Also, with the bandana skull, like, if for a small room like this, grenades can come in handy, because the Scarab gun is kind of dangerous, but then you can also spam grenades. The only problem with grenades is that the elites do a pretty good job of getting out of the way, and because of the Thunderstorm Skull and being on Legendary, it takes quite a few direct grenade blasts. There's that damage I left in, just so that you could see that reloading checkpoint will still net me the achievement at the end.
All non-combat personnel to pressure zone.
This is also a really good spot to active camo, because coming up there, it's kind of tight spaced, and then you've got two elites up there, and you'll need to be able to shoot twice before they can start unloading on you. So as soon as this door kind of opens, I camo up, I wait for the two of them to kind of get together, and then just a couple blasts, they're finished. This is also an example of where I was talking about, you know there's enemies there, so you shoot the location and assume they're dead, but in actuality they haven't even spawned yet. So here they come now, and that was just a good moment where the camouflage was able to save me. But that's kind of, I think I've covered everything that you need to get this achievement, so that's pretty well going to do it for the commentary. You know, if you need to, or if you just want to, just so that you know enemy placements and such, continue watching this. And if you don't need that, just think about skipping ahead to the end and just checking out basically how to get the, not how, but when the achievement unlocks, so that you know it's safe to clear the room. If you enjoyed this video, if it got you the achievement, if it helped, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
All hands to pressure zone. Fire team to Terminal 2.
Come on, Chief, this way.
Sir, boarders have breached the fire control center. They have a bomb.
Can you defuse it?
Yes, but I'll need the Chief's help to make contact with the detonator.
Chief, get to the bomb, double time. Cortana, prioritize targets and fire at will. stash.
Registering all hostile vessels inside the kill zone. 13 cruisers, 2 assault carriers. I'm going loud.
Alert. Borders. Port dry down. The carriers are breaking through, sir. They're heading straight for the Cairo. Cortana, concentrate your fire on the first carrier. Admiral, do what you can against the second. Everyone, form up! Follow my lead!
The first carrier completely ignored us, sir. Blew through the Malta's debris field and headed straight for Earth. Just so you know, there are quite a few elites guarding the bomb. You may need to get creative.
Please come to the red curtain.
Chief, you don't have much time.
Hey there. If you liked this video, click the sleeping cat on the left. If you're an achievement/trophy hunter, click this cat on the top right. And if you're new to this channel, click the sticking out leg to subscribe.